I came back and I saw this. I mean, what a pathetic showing on the third period, dude. I mean, you had a 2-0 lead and you just instantly blew it. Lazy hockey, nonetheless. And albeit, too, this is a pretty desperate Boston team that's trying to get back in the playoff picture. The issue is Montreal is doing well, Ottawa's definitely doing well, and then the Lightning is doing well. Columbus is doing pretty decent as well. But that is still no excuse. No excuse for the Panthers to fucking blow this type of lead. Pretty late into the third period, man, mind you. Now, before I get to this game, I am aware about Aaron Ekblad. He was suspended because he failed the drug test. That is stupid. It is stupid of him to do such a thing like that. So, what the hell, Ekblad? What were you thinking? Did you cheat? If that's the case, we don't want you here. I personally don't want you here because that is stupid. That is stupid of what you did. You're hurting us defensively, and I don't know why you did it. I don't know why you put a need to fail the test. What's the point? What's the point of all this? So now Maurice has to do a little bit of adjustments in the defensive side. For example, now Balinska is going to get more ice time. Seth Jones going to get more time anyway. Nate Schmidt, Forsling definitely. But yeah, let's go over this. It's Sergei Bobrovsky going up against Jeremy Swayman. And the first goal of the game came 4 minutes and 25 seconds in when Sam Bennett wins the face-off that gives to Kulikov, and Kulikov just slaps it home. Bennett with the face-off win gets his 22nd assist of the season, and Dmitry Kulikov with the slap shot off the face-off. He gets his 4th goal of the season. 1-0 Florida at that point. It's pretty good so far. But yeah, along with everything else in the first period, nobody scored except for Kulikov. I mean, Morgan Geekie hits the post. That could have been 1-0 Brewston. Boston Bruins. Boston trying to get some chances back. Pasternak tries to get one in, but that was deflected. That was saved by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky was pretty good. Bobrovsky was pretty good in the first periods. And besides that one hiccup, Swayman was doing all right as well. Andrew Peak also hit the crossbar, so that didn't make it 1-1. Mason Leroy keeps getting blocked by Sam Sokevich. Jesper Boquist, former Bruin, I believe, was blocked by Wotherspoon. Carter Hagen neatly makes one in, but that was saved by Swayman. Matthew Samsokevich saved by Swayman as well. But yeah, first period ends 1-0. Second period though, nobody scored. No one scored in the second period at all. But there are penalties though, as Forsling gets called for a hold against Elias Lindholm. Boston goes on the power play. During that power play, Lindholm with the deflection, but that was saved by Bobrovsky. Ian Mitchell with the slap shot, that was saved by Bobrovsky as well. Shots were being blocked by Reinhardt. That penalty is killed off. But immediately after the penalty is killed off, Kulikov tries to do a little pass, but that puck ends up going over the glass. So Boston goes right back on the power play. During that power play, only one shot on target. That was Pavel Zacha with the wrist shot, but that was saved by Bobrovsky anyway. That penalty is killed off. So, of those 2 power plays, Florida has given up 3 shots on targets against Boston in those power plays. So, PK, not bad. Not bad penalty kills. Mikula tried to snap it home, but that was saved by Swayman. Let's hooray, if I said it right, with the wrist shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. And then Pasternak gets called for a hook against Forsling. So Florida goes on a power play. Only one shot on target for Florida. That was Barkov's snap shot, which was saved by Swayman. Lundell tries to get that shot off a snap shot, and immediately, as the power play ends, that one hit the post. Lundell's shot hit the post at the right post, which that would have been 2-0 Florida there. I think we were just gotten blatantly robbed. We'll talk about being robbed in a moment. Jesper Boquist tries a wrist shot home, but that was saved by Swayman. Verhaeghe's shot was blocked by Brown. Peak with the slap shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. And we go to the third period. Still lead 1-0. Still lead 1-0. Third period, it gets really juicy. There was plenty of more action. It gets heated moments against each other, kind of like how it was when the year started. Remember times where we talk about the fights that keep happening? This is something similar, but in the third period alone. Zadorov with the slap shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Andrew Peak with the slap shot as well, but that was also saved by Bobrovsky. And then first power play opportunity for Florida came 2:52 into the third period. Patrick Brown gets called for a knee against Kulikov, so that is a power play for Florida. During that power play, Barkov with the slap shot that was saved by Swayman, and another penalty. This is against Zadorov. He gets called for a rough against Barkov. I mean, the whole thing kind of went out of control there. The fights were happening. Florida didn't like that. So it became a 5-on-3 for the Panthers. And during that 5-on-3, Barkov tries to punish them. That was saved by Swayman with the wrist shot. Mackey nearly makes it 2-0 against Swayman. Reinhart tries to bat it in, but that was saved by Swayman. And then 4:49, 5-on-3. They would make it a 5-on-3 goal as he is assisted by Seth Jones. His first point as a Panther and his 21st assist of the season. Congratulations to Seth Jones getting his first point as a Florida Panther. He assists Mackie Sanzakevich, who buries it on the left side with the slap shot. And that's his 12th goal of the season. It's a 5-on-3 goal. So great work by Mackie Sanzakevich. So the first penalty that would be done. The second penalty would remain the power play, in which that penalty would be killed off. There was a Kopeek shot with a little bit of shorty, but that was saved by Bobrovsky, and that penalty would be killed. Would be finished there. 2-0 Florida at this point. Really good so far. And then after the 5-on-3, things very quickly turned south for the Florida Panthers. They just play lazy. Since then. Boston is trying to find some shots in, and then Seth Jones trips Pastrnak. Boston goes on the power play, and they score on this power play. He's assisted by Elias Lindholm. That's his 22nd assist of the season. And Casey Middlestad's 25th assist of the season. And, of course, without Brad Marchand, who's now our Bruin, by the way, and Charlie Coyle, who I think got hurt, Pastrnak is always there. He's better. He's a better Bruin than most Bruins think. So Pastrnak gets his 33rd goal of the season, and it's a power play goal off the wrist shot. Just went completely past Bobrovsky, and it's 2-1 Florida there. And 14 seconds later, Bobrovsky puts that puck over the glass. What are you doing, man? So that would be a power play for Boston again. This penalty would be served by Samsonkovich. And Boston goes right back on a power play. During this power play, though, Mason Lohrei with the snapshot that was saved by Bobrovsky. That was a great save there. Jesper Boquist with the wrist shot. It was a shorthanded chance, but Swayman has that one. Pastrnak hits the crossbar. And Lindholm also hits the crossbar. 2 chances in that span in 20 seconds. That could have been 2-2 right then and there. So that power play is killed off. It was close. However, 13:48, a disastrous giveaway from Kulikov to Mason Lohrei, and Lohrei buries it with the wrist shot to make it 2-2. That is all on Dmitry Kulikov. That is all on him. All on Dmitry Kulikov. Giving that puck away to Lohrei like that, and that he gets his 5th goal of the season, and it's tied up. It's tied up, and it only took 4 minutes. It only took 4 minutes and 41 seconds to tie it up in the third period. When that's all this time they could have had that score in, and all this time the Panthers could have gotten something to the back of the net. And the Bruins did that in just 4 minutes. Pathetic. That is awful. That is just awful hockey. And this is what we mean with the defensive front, and how it's probably going to juice things up for the defense. But that was an awful giveaway by Kulikov. Awful. No excuses there. Pastrnak tries to make it 3-2, but with the slash shot, but that was a great save by Bobrovsky. Lettery, whatever. With the wrist shot that was saved by Bobrovsky, and then the nightmare came true. The nightmare of all things came true in the third period. They take the lead as he assisted by Zadorov. That's his 13th assist of the season, and David Pastrnak's 48th assist of the season. And off the snapshot, it's Pavel Zacha with his 13th goal of the season, and he takes the lead for the Bruins. And this is just stunning. This is a stunner. An absolute stun Panthers team, because this is a team that is always really good in the third period when they hold on to lead, let alone 2-0 lead. Blew it. They blew it within 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 45 seconds. You do the math. 9-10 into the third period. Pastrnak scores. 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Right? Lorai scores off a turnover. And 3 minutes after the Lorai score, which if you add up, it's 7 minutes after that. So 4 minutes after the Pastrnak goal, Lorai scores. 3 minutes after that, that's 7 minutes if you add up the numbers. Zacha would get a go-ahead goal, and it's a game-winning goal set up by Pastrnak. What the hell, Panthers? Couple of seconds later, 10 seconds later, actually, a fight broke loose. I mean, Luco jumps Lundell, and Lundell kind of retaliated. And I know it looks like Lundell jumps on them, on Wotherspoon, but the whole thing just went out of control, though. Everything got heated. So it would be a 4-on-4 out of all the commotion, all the fighting that keeps happening. Both Lundell and Luco gets called for a rough against each other. Well, actually, the Lundell roughing was against Wotherspoon. But either way, Panthers would go on a 4-on-4. Actually, it's a power play. Hypothetically, it's a power play because Maurice pulls off Bobrovsky off the ice. So I guess it's a power play. It's 5-on-4 technically, right? I don't know. I'm joking. Anyway, 4-on-4, empty net. Samsonov tries to snap it home, which was saved by Swayman. Bijou with the faceoff wins, and Barkov tries to snap it home, which was saved by Swayman. However, Reinhart tries to get that last touch in the back of net. I think he did, except here's a problem. Here's one big problem that I say earlier that we were robbed. The refs, they blew a whistle too early. They blew the whistle too early, which means even if the puck did go to the back of the net, which it did, by the way, this would not have counted. This would not have counted. Here, I'll show you. I'm not joking. Here we go. Watch right there on the top. There's Barkov shooting the puck. The puck's still loose. Reinhart tries to get on. And look what the puck is. Look what that puck is. Let me go back. Right? See, that's where the whistle was blown. And then the puck does cross. They reviewed it. And they said because the whistle was already blown, it's a dead puck. Meaning no matter what, that would not have counted because the whistle's already blown. I mean, what a joke. What a joke that was. I mean, the officiating should be ashamed. Let the play finish. Because a quick whistle and something like this happened with Nashville. Something like this happened with Nashville years ago. Remember that? Wait until the play is actually over. If the puck is actually covered, which it wasn't, then you blow a whistle. But it wasn't. Awful job by the officials. Awful job. And this should have been 3-3. If that whistle did not blow, this would have tied up 3-3. Not that made a difference. Because it definitely did make a difference. But the difference maker of the third period is the lack of defense and lazy hockey. from the Panthers in the third period. That's what made the difference. But this, awful by the officials. And I don't usually criticize referees in that extent because it is a hard game to referee on. In fact, all the sports, they're all very difficult to officiate. But that was awful. Anyway, Reinhardt robs again from the tip in, which hit the crossbar. That should have went to the back of net. Sam Bennett tries a wrist shot home that was saved by Swayman. Samsonkiewicz gets robbed. Verhaeghe gets robbed. And then towards the end of the game, a fight broke loose between Sam Bennett and Zadorov. Zadorov beating the crap out of Bennett, so Boston has to be thrilled that Bennett lost that fight. And Bennett was clearly angry. He was angry. He wanted to keep going after Zadorov. Both players get the 5-minute fighting penalties. But man, it got heated. It got really heated at the end of the game. And Bruins win this one 3-2. I mean, just awful by the Panthers. Awful defending by the Panthers in the third period. And this ends our 6-game winning streak. It ends our winning streak at 6. That's done. Let's talk about the next game. Anyway, before I talk about that, we'll look at the team stats. 28 shots on targets for Florida, 24 for Boston, 40 hits for Florida, 35 hits for Bruins, 41 face-off wins for Boston, 31 for Florida. Panthers get 3 power play opportunities. They got one with Samsonkiewicz with the 5-on-3. 4 power play opportunities for Boston. They got one with Pastrnak. Penalties. 6 penalties for Florida, 5 penalties for Boston, 15 penalty minutes for Florida, 13 penalty minutes for Boston. Block shots, 14 block shots for Florida, 13 block shots for Boston, 6 takeaways for Florida, 5 takeaways for Boston, 14 giveaways for Florida. One of them was a disaster that led to a game-tying goal, and 13 giveaways from Boston. And stars of the game, David Pastrnak, that got the power play goal and set up the game winner, gets 1 star. 2 stars goes to Pavel Zacha, which was a game winning goal that was set up by Pastrnak. 3 stars, they give it to Sam Bennett with an assist. Our next game is against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's at Scotiabank Arena up in Toronto, Canada. They are fighting to get the top place of the Atlantic Division. As of right now with the Maple Leafs, they are on a 3-game losing streak. Actually, 3 games? Let me double check real quick. No, 4-game losing streak. A 4-game losing streak. They get 2 points out of the 4-game losing streak because two of those losses came at the shootout win. Or actually, no, hold on a minute. No, they actually beat Utah. Oops, my bad. But either way, they get 3 points out of this one. They're 2 points behind the Panthers. I read that wrong. I apologize, folks. I'm tired. So big game. I don't know why it's not on national television. This is a good game to watch. So I would expect to see Bobrovsky going up net. And who's going to be their goaltender? Is it Stolarz, perhaps? Or is it Joseph Wall? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this one. And this is a different Maple Leafs team that we saw 4 months ago. Because 4 months ago, Toronto had a really bad injury bug. They had an injury bug like no other. Matthews, I don't think, played the first game. Mitch Marner did. But in this one, they are still. This is more healthier than the last time. And despite all the injuries, Maple Leafs are second place in the Atlantic, 81 points. So they're not having a bad season. We'll see what happens. All right, man. That's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content. Coming up next, I'm going to talk about the Dolphins because I realize I have not talked about the Dolphins yet. They made some moves. We'll go over each by each signing. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. If you like this one, hit the like button, subscribe for content, and not the game, because I think the game was putrid. And yeah, folks, I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Have a good one.